All right. We are in the middle of match number 3 of 3.0. Of course, as everybody has seen a million times before, well, not maybe quite a million, but this is the player spotlight. Next to me right there is Mr. Mike Niver. Mike, how do you feel like you're playing tonight so far? I'm just kidding. You haven't even started yet. But
Well, actually, I have. I played this morning, I played this afternoon, and I played just 2 minutes ago.
Wow, you're ready for this.
I've been doing that for the last year or so.
Nice. So, all right. Well, that pretty much brings us to the question then: is how long have you been playing pool?
A good part of 50 years.
50.
So probably more than 50. I'm guessing I started at about 11, and I'm 65. So
Holy
do
cow!
the math.
That's
54 years.
That's a lot
and
of
it's
experience.
possible that I played before that. But remember, that's not all high-level pool. All the players we're seeing now, these young guys that are coming up hot and heavy, they've had really good paths. Really direct paths to good play, which I didn't have that luxury. So
One of the things that I was talking with Tim Stockinger and Dan and some of the other guys that have talked, I guess it's kind of my theory on it. You and I grew up playing on a valley table where you didn't have to concentrate on every single shot. Sometimes on a valley table you could miss by a diamond and a half and it'll still go in. You may not get the shape or anything, but nowadays the kids that are coming up that are playing on diamond tables, they have to concentrate on every single shot. And I think that gives them, I don't know if it's an advantage or, I think they have a leg up on us because they're playing their butts off these days.
it's true.
Just my theory.
I would agree.
So anyway, home is Plymouth.
Plymouth, Wisconsin for the last 26 years.
And we're
Married with a 19-year-old living in my basement.
19-year-old living. Fantastic. Is he a pool player?
He is not. He knows how to play a little bit. His cave is right at the end of my pool table, so he gets all of my. He can tell you how much I practice.
Okay. College plans, or is he?
Oh, he's in and out of school options right now. So
All right.
He's working.
How about yourself for employment? What have you done? Are you retired now, or are you?
I'm semi-retired. I work for Bemis part-time.
Okay.
And invent things here and there.
And inventing things. So you and I have known each other for the better part of, I guess, 30 years or so. And you invented something called the pocket lathe. If I remember correctly, that's what it was called.
Correct. And several other tools and versions of it.
And has there been a ton of success with it, or?
Well, I actually closed the business at the end of last year. It was a hobby business.
Okay.
And it was all about how much effort I wanted to put in and how much you get back, and it just wasn't enough. And it was distraction actually from me playing pool. So.
Well, that's a good idea. So
It's still out there. It could be brought back by anybody that was interested in a business like that. I have all the files and things that could get it started again, but it just didn't make sense for me.
Sure. Yeah. So I guess looking back on your whole entire career, I've seen you play recently, and you've been playing some of the best pool I've ever seen you play. How did you end up getting started in this game?
Well, I was just a naughty boy, and I got grounded, and my parents had a table in the basement. So anyway, it was that just gets you going, and then the passion began, and then that was the end of it. It was like I never got sick of playing pool, and I played all the time, and I played, through high school in the evenings in bars. Every night I was out drinking, and back then we could drink underage, and I didn't drink a lot, but I played a lot of pool.
Sure.
And made a few bucks, and that's how I got started. And I played. You can imagine if you go out every night, you play 6 hours, you're going to get pretty good no matter what table
eventually,
you're playing on.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then it was college, and then it was Unique and Rodney's in Madison, and
Yep.
all the fun there.
So if you look back at, you've been playing for 54 years now, who would be your biggest influence in the game?
Good question. I think it's a piece of everybody because I played lots of players, and that's what I do is I take a little bit from everybody. Jerry Brysath probably still is number one because I learned how to play pool there with Mark Wilson
Oh, yes.
and Randy Lamar and Craig Powers, and I mean I can list a whole bunch of them that I have gotten something from significant.
I like that answer. Better than narrowing it down to just one single person. So, is there, in preparation for something like this, you know, a match like this, is there anything that you do mentally or or, you know, are there drills or anything that you use prior to a match to get,
No,
I guess, loose?
I don't really do a lot of drills. I have done them recently, lining balls up and shooting a whole line of balls, you know, without disturbing them, things like that. But I just take some of the harder shots and hit them and see if I can hit them, and that kind of tells me where I'm at. If I'm making them, I feel like I can make anything because I'm taking, you know, the harder ones.
Sure.
And then I slowly let up and make sure I can still make the easy ones. And, you know, that's what I do when I'm sitting at a table, right, trying to get ready. But mentally, that's something that goes on almost endlessly. And it's all top secret. I couldn't tell you.
I don't think anybody really knows the answer to that question. It's how everybody else treats a match. Yeah, no doubt about it. So let's talk about your equipment. You've been playing with the same cue for a long time. What is it?
No, that's not true.
Really? I thought it was
I
the
have a
same one.
Jacoby that I acquired from Jeff Getch. I bought it from him. He won it in a raffle.
Okay.
It's a real nice inlaid version. In fact, I was in in Louisiana playing a tournament match with a guy, and turns out he had the same cue as me.
The exact same one, same
Yeah.
model and
Yep.
everything.
Yep. And anyway, I acquired it because, you know, I got a good price on it, and it was what I wanted. But the most important thing is it felt just like my McDermott. So I shot with a McDermott for many years, probably 30 years. The last McDermott,
That's the one I
and
remember.
it's still in my case. It's
Okay.
my backup. But when I shot with this Jacoby, then it just felt very natural to transition to it, and then I played with it a little more, and I just, you know, had no trouble transitioning to it, and never looked back. So,
And you still play with a maple shaft, right?
yep,
Yep.
wood shaft.
You know, it's funny because both players are playing with, neither one have transitioned into the carbon fiber shaft yet, and you may never do that, so.
That's correct.
All right. Anyway, Mike Niver, thank you very much. Actually, I got a really quick story. So Mike is a pilot, and one of my favorite stories, or one of the favorite things I look back on Mike Niver and I, is we used to play BCW together on the 9 ball on the 9-foot tables, and we played a tournament in Waukesha, and we took your plane from Sheboygan down to Waukesha, and you had those fold-up bicycles.
Yep, still have some. Probably newer ones than then, but
So Mike and I actually, when we landed in Waukesha, pulled out the fold-up bicycles and pedaled our asses all over to the tournament. And I don't know how we did or anything, but yeah, then flew back home. That's a fun memory. That's a fun memory. So anyway, thank you very much, Mike, for stopping in for the Player Spotlight, and hope you're doing well.
all right. See ya.